All right, you guys, next story up, the Rona check-in. I haven't done one of these in a long time. I haven't had to, but you guys, while we've been out here acting like Rona ain't there, honey, Rona is still around. Sis is there, and she is secretly and quietly, the numbers been creeping back up. Not all the states, but a good number of states have seen their numbers rising in the COVID cases. And now this whole mask mandate, remember they were trying to get rid of masks on public transportation. I think that was actually due to end on April 18th? I think it was April 18th. Well, now that these numbers is rising, let me get the numbers to you. Hold on one second. All right, you guys. So on April 13th, for the United States, we have 33,691 cases. That's up 22%. And we had 513 deaths. Now, the deaths still going down. However, the infection, the people catching the virus is rising. And it's just a chance that you just don't want to take, you guys. So, like I said, they were saying that they wanted to end these mask mandate on public transportation. You know, it is the summertime is coming. People are traveling more, even though that shit is expensive as fuck. If you have been trying to purchase any type of ticket on a plane these days, you guys, it is fucking ridiculous how much it costs to fly somewhere. We're going to be going on vacation soon, and the tickets were astronomical, way more than we thought it was going to be, to the point where I was just like, do we really need to go on this vacation? You know, it's just ridiculous. And I know they're saying it's because of gas prices and all of that, but I still feel like the damn airlines is taking advantage of this whole thing. But anyway, I'm getting off track. So they're saying that they're going to take these masks off, but now that we get all these people that's starting to just jam up in these trains, planes, automobiles, okay, now we need to think about this again. Is it really time to take off the mask when we see in Europe that they are in a sharp incline of COVID cases, and many other countries around the world are having this same issue? You know, one thing we can say about America is we act like we are in this bubble sometimes, and we act like that these people are not traveling in and out of our country and coming, bringing, or taking with them somewhere else. You know, this thing continues to happen if we all just can't seem to get on one accord, child. And everybody is doing their own thing. So America, what we have decided to do is put a Band-Aid on it. We're going to just stretch out this mask mandate for 15 more days. So I think it's on until May 3rd. And I guess they're going to revisit it then. Okay. But they're trying to get these numbers back down. It's just going to be a continual... This is ongoing, you guys. This is always going to go on and on and on. COVID is going to be a part of our lives. This, you know, and it's just something that we've got to learn to deal with. But the mask, I feel like we still need to keep these masks on, y'all. We still need to keep these masks on. But like I said, they're not talking about coronavirus too much. So I think that people have just put it in their mind that it's not there anymore. You know, the whole thing about getting back to work, you know, that, you know, COVID doesn't have us. We have COVID, but COVID don't have us. You know, it don't dictate our lives. But when them numbers get to rising again, you know, then that's when the government kind of wants to hop to it. I know the CDC is sick of every fucking body because, you know, y'all want to sue them. They tell you what they think is going to be best for you, and then you want to sue them and say, no, we ain't doing that. So then CDC was like, fuck y'all then. Y'all do whatever the fuck you want to do. And when you get out there and you can't breathe, and you know, you got these pneumonia-like symptoms, and, you know, then what? Child, you guys just use your best judgment and just try to be the safest for you and your family, because you just got to look out for number one, which is yourself. But yeah, Rona's still out there, y'all. Don't let them fool you just because we got a war going on in Russia and the Ukraine, and, you know, they're slowly trying to drag the United States, or the United States is trying to, you know, wield their power without getting 100% involved. Like, you know, all that is going on, I know. And there's a whole bunch of other things happening in the world today, but that Rona is still there. Y'all be careful, and Will Rocky tell you to do. Wear your mask, wash your hands, keep your distance. All right, you guys, it seems that YayaMayweather, okay, mama named her YayaMayweather. That is the daughter to retired boxer, Floyd, heavyweight winning champion boxer, not heavyweight. He's not heavyweight. Is he lightweight or middleweight? He's definitely not heavyweight. But anyway, Floyd Mayweather's daughter, Yaya, pled guilty to aggravated assault for stabbing NBA YoungBoy's baby mama, Lepatra Jacobs, in the stomach twice. Well, I don't know if she stabbed her twice in the stomach. I know she stabbed her once in the stomach. Supposedly she was pregnant at the time. You guys remember me telling you guys that story that I guess Lepatra was over at NBA YoungBoy's house, and this was during the time that NBA YoungBoy and Yaya were together, and so she went over to the house, and you know how that goes. Got in there, got into a confrontation with the girl, picked up a knife, stabbed her. NBA YoungBoy supposedly put her out of the house. She went around the back, broke into the house, got into another confrontation with the girl, stabbed her again, and then was arrested. Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I've been talking with crumbs on my I've been talking with like tortilla chip crumbs on my lips. Child, if I was, just ignore you guys. But anyway, so yeah, we had all that hood drama going on. Yaya with this NBA YoungBoy, he's been fairly quiet recently because I think he has other legal problems, you know, happening right now. So, and I don't know. Sometimes her and NBA YoungBoy seem to be on good terms and bad terms. You can't really tell these days with these kids. They have a baby together. At least we know that Floyd and Yaya seem to have mended their relationship. Floyd seems to love his grandbaby very much. So, I mean, you know, at least on that end, things are good. But yeah, she pled guilty to aggravated assault, like I said. And the charge carried up to 20 years in prison. But because she has never been in trouble, and because I'm sure her dad paid big buku bucks to have the representative, the lawyers represent her in a way that will keep her out of jail. They settled on a deal where she would get 6 years of probation. Okay. She'll be on probation if she has no issues and has good, you know, if she acts right, and nothing happens in 2 years, then she's able to try to get off of probation. They will then drop the charge. Well, did they say they were going to drop the charge? Yeah, at the end of the 6 years, they'll take it off of her record. So it'll be like it didn't even happen. But of course, she has to stay out of trouble. And it seems to be very difficult for some of these kids these days. But hopefully, Yaya will understand that this is nothing to play with. As sometimes people can stab somebody and be in jail for a long time. And you just stab somebody twice and you ain't got to go to jail. She also gets 40 hours of community service. She has, you know, the Lepatra girl did get a restraining order on her, so she cannot harass the girl. She cannot contact her, you know, with aggravation. She can't scare her. You know, she can't do anything that is going to make this girl think that she is in harm's way. Okay. So, and I think they might have put it like that because they might have to cross paths because they have the same baby father, and maybe there's times that the kids might be around and she may be there, or, you know, vice versa. One of them might be around or something. Yeah, I don't really know why it's just that she can't harass her, but maybe she can still be around her if she has, I don't know, child. But, yeah. So that chapter is closed, or actually she's officially sentenced, I think, in June, but they think that this is what the deal is. I guess that the prosecution had put out there. She accepted the deal. So we just going to see what the judge, you know, if the judge signs off on it, and then, you know, potentially in 6 years, this can all be behind her. All right, you guys, so here's a bizarre story. So KerrionFranklin's son, Kerrion, okay? His name has been in the social media streets quite a bit lately, hasn't it? First of all, we know that he was having, he leaked the video. Actually, he leaked an audio tape of him and his father getting into it on the phone. And we were all clutching our pearls when we heard Kirk Franklin cuss him the F-U-C-K out. I'm spelling words today, y'all. He cussed him the F-U-C-K out. All right. And said something along the lines, I wish you was dead, or you dead to me, or something like, I mean, just, you know, God's littlest Christian. We didn't expect him to say these kind of things to his son. I am a parent, as many of you guys are, and we know that there are times that our kids will run our fucking pressure up all the way to the sky. And sometimes you might say some things that you do not mean. Okay. It was too bad that it was caught on video. These are definitely family problems that the world shouldn't even be privy to. You know, it's already hurtful enough that you're going through it, and then you've got all these people weighing in on what you said, you know, what you should have said, what you shouldn't have said. Yeah, we all know that we shouldn't say those things. You should not say those things. And nobody is giving the excuse to Kirk Franklin for saying those things to his son. But, okay, we just know how it can be sometimes, you guys. So sometimes you just got to get on your knees and pray to the good Lord Jesus to forgive you for, you know, acting out of character and saying some things that you don't truly mean to the child that came from your loins. Child, I'm telling you, these kids I'm talking about wear you the fuck out. Okay. But anyway, that came out. We all had a lot to say about it. It finally died down. Kerrion was on some videos and, you know, some interviews, and I just kind of wanted to say, like, he needed to get off of social media. Social media is never the place to handle those kind of things. People don't have your best interests at heart. Folks say hurtful things. There's no way that you can heal in that space. You know, there was time for them to get some counseling. From what I understand, Kirk Franklin said that they had been through counseling quite a bit and it just hadn't worked, and they just was kind of washing their hands to it. So I think that now the family is split. They don't even talk to Kerrion and vice versa. And I guess that's what they have settled on. So it got quiet after that. And then we found out that he was going to be on this new show, not new shoe, although he might have gotten new shoes for the new show. And that would be the Bad Boys of Los Angeles, Bad Boys of LA on Zeus Network, which is a story all on its own, child. But he was on that show, and that show is produced by Natalie Nunn, who is the former Bad Girls Club, you know, one of the greatest hits from Bad Girls Club. Now she's producing that show over there, and it looks like it is just more of the same, quite a bit of violence. You have a group of men together instead of women, but still fighting. Half of the group is gay, it seems, the other half is straight. And just seeing how all this testosterone mixes up in a house together. Okay. And we've heard plenty of stories about it. I don't watch the show because I just don't have the energy for all of that. But I do see the clips on social media like the rest of you guys. And I know that he's come out on the show, said that he was bisexual. He's come out on the show and had an emotional moment talking about his relationship with his parents, or not really talking about it, just kind of being emotional about it. We didn't really learn anything out of that little clip that I saw anyway. But, you know, so he's resurfaced in that way. And maybe that's his way of, you know, being able to take care of himself, getting paid to, I don't know. Would you call it exploiting your life? Okay, because why are people watching this but to see this kind of carrying on, you know, motherfuckers fighting? I saw one episode or one clip when somebody was swinging a fucking chair and hit, and wasn't like, it didn't look like they was playing, and didn't look like they was trying to hold back. They was trying to swing with all they might. They had like a fold up metal chair and was chasing this person. Well, I couldn't tell if it was metal because it was up from high, but it was a fold up chair. And was chasing this person around and swinging and hitting. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Where is security? Why are you guys letting these men do this? Somebody could die, you know? So, yeah, that show wasn't for me, but that's where Kerrion is, okay? Now we've got this, like I said, bizarre story where they say that he was driving Sunday morning, 7:30 in the morning in Beverly Hills. The police pulled him over because he had a busted tail light. Okay, and when and you in Beverly Hills, honey, you don't need to be busted, having no shit busted up, because all they need is a reason. First of all, you black and it's 7:30 in the fucking morning. Why you in Beverly Hills? Them stores don't even open till 12 o'clock on Sunday. That was already a red flag there. It's sad you got to be that way, but that's how life goes. So, and I'm sure Kerrion has grown up in very privileged areas. So, you know, he felt like he could move easily in that space, but the police was like, hell fuck nah, bitch, not today. So yeah, he got pulled over. Then while he was pulled over, I don't know how they came to be able to search his car. I guess they asked him, could they search it? Because you have to have a reason to search somebody's car. He has to get permission. He must have said, okay. They get in the car, they find a gun. First of all, he says the gun isn't his. All right. Secondly, they do a search on the car. They run the tags or whatever, and come to find out that this car belongs to a woman that is missing, has been reported missing and presumed dead. Now, Kerrion said that he bought this car from a woman that was very much alive. He doesn't believe the woman is dead. He bought it. He's had the car for about a year. Now, of course, a whole lot can happen in a year. I'm trying to figure out, did Kerrion, once he got the car, did he transfer over the fucking title, or do you just drive in his car and they still think that this is this woman's car? You know? And then we can't even get on the conversation of this gun. I mean, I guess we could start saying some shit like maybe it was planted in the car and everything, but you know, yeah, the whole story is weird. We don't understand what's happening here. So he was arrested. He seems to think that he's being set up. He seems to think that there's some other charges from Texas that are carrying over and giving him grief up here in Los Angeles and Beverly Hills. And so that's the reason why they're holding him without bail. But he says that he ain't killed nobody. He ain't got nothing to do with somebody dying. He don't even think that the woman is dead. He bought this car from a very much alive woman a year ago. This is his car, even though it's still registered, I guess, to this missing woman. So yeah. Strange story. And you know, sometimes shit be happening in our lives, you guys, and it just keep on continuously being bad, or it just be, at some point we just be like, we got to slow it down. Maybe God is trying to tell us something. You know, I'm sure hoping that this man ain't involved in a murder. Something tells me that he's not, but I just really truly hope that he's not. We just gonna pray that he's not, you guys. And they can get this figured out. I'm not sure if he's reached out to his family. I'm not sure if his family is helping, you know. It's just I'm sure a scary place to be when you know you've alienated a lot of people and now you need help. So I don't know what's gonna go on there, but you guys, we'll see. We'll see how that story goes. And okay. And when I know more, I will let you know more. All right, you guys, all these legal problems today. It seems that CubaGooding Jr. has pled guilty to forcible touching of a woman in 2018 at a nightclub. Okay, remember when Cuba was out there and he was wilding? I don't know exactly what was going on with Cuba, but every time we turned around, he was in somebody's club. He was up on somebody's bar. Okay, he was dancing. He was the only one sweating. This motherfucker was having more fun than anybody else in the damn club. Okay, he was grabbing women. He was kissing them. Okay, and you could tell that these are just random women that was around. This wasn't the people that was with him. This wasn't part of his crew. All right, he was just loving everybody. All right, and everybody wasn't loving it back. So it seems that there were 3 women that had come out and said in 2018, 2019 that he had kissed one of them, or actually kissed 2 of them, pinched one on the butt, said some sexually inappropriate things to one of the women. So they all had charged him with, you know, harassment or unwanted touching or fondling or whatever. Okay. And at first he said that he hadn't done any of it. But what a difference a day makes. I think maybe in an effort to just kind of hurry up and deal with this case, Cuba went on ahead and admitted guilt to one of the charges. And this is the one of kissing the woman in the nightclub. I kind of feel like he probably pled guilty to that because I think we saw that one on video. Because I can clearly remember him just grabbing a woman and just kissing her all in the mouth. Okay, and she kind of had that look afterwards that she was just like, what the fuck, this nigga just kissed me. I mean, he was sweating and shit, you know, so I think she was just a little, you know, a little kind of grossed out about it. So maybe that's the reason why he pled guilty to that one charge. But he did apologize to the other women, to the other two women, said that he's just a celebrity out there, you know, just trying to have a good time, that it was never his intention to harass or make uncomfortable or, you know, do anything to these women other than just trying to have a good time. So he just didn't realize it, that he was forcing himself on these women, that they did not want that attention. So pled guilty. They said that as long as he continues with his alcohol, I think he's going to alcohol rehab, and that he, you know, continues his counseling for behavioral adjustments, and that he continues this for 6 months, that after it's done, then he can plead to a lesser charge, violation of harassment. So he's going to put that to bed. He's going to do what he needs to do and be done with that case. Now, he is still quietly fighting a rape charge that came down after a default judgment. So evidently this woman in 2013 accused him of raping her. He didn't even respond to the charge, did not go to court. So the judge put a default judgment on there and I guess declared him guilty. So now he is fighting that case quietly, like I said, and trying to see what he can do about getting off the hook for a rape that I assume he didn't think was important enough to go to the court. And now he's dealing with that now. So yeah, it's too bad. Cuba is a very good actor, so it's too bad that he's got to deal with all these problems, and we probably won't see him in a movie until he can get out the way of all of this shit going on here. But it'll be good to see him back on the screen. Hopefully he'll do what he needs to do and stop grabbing on these women and kissing them, Cuba. Y'all, it is so loud, but I gotta keep this this door open because it is hot in this car. But I'm finishing up. Last story, you guys. Congratulations are in order to Bennifer 2.0. Okay, it seems that J-Lo and Ben, they are a thing again. That's right, you guys. Jennifer Lopez said that while she was in the bathtub, she said Ben came into the bathroom and got down on his knees, and he had the most beautiful ring, and he asked her to marry him. Okay, she said she started crying, and he was like, is that a yes? And she said, yes, of course it's a yes. All right, so it seems that we are going to try this one more again, you guys. Let's bring it on around again. Maybe now that, you know, they're a little bit older and they've been a little bit more seasoned, both of them have been married, know what they want in a marriage, know what they don't want in a marriage, you know, even though this shit has been on the whirlwind tip, because honey, J-Lo didn't even let the cooch cool down from Alex before we turned around and she was over there with Ben. All right, and we know that they were in a relationship years ago. They were engaged. They called off the engagement because it was just way too much Hollywood hoopla around them. I think Ben felt emasculated because she was like the bigger name, and you know, he just felt like he wasn't the man no more, and just like a whole bunch of drama. So they dropped it. They just said, fuck the whole thing. We ain't getting married. But honey, when she fell out of Alex's bed, she jumped into Ben's. And I mean, with the quickness, which within a couple of days, you guys, if it was even that much, it felt like they had just announced that her and Alex broke up. And I get that her and Alex might have been broke up, you know, way longer than we knew. But the optics, when we think about it, bitch, you turned around and you was like, Ben, what you doing? Come pick me up. So yeah, they back in this whirlwind relationship. Their kids seem to love each other, child. And I guess the exes are happy, you know, Mark Anthony, Jennifer Garner, Ben, you know, with his alcohol issues and things. Maybe Jennifer Lopez is just the answer that he needs. He's been sober. We haven't had, at least sober in public, we haven't had any more issues with Ben. They seem to be happy. And yeah, he's given her this beautiful 8.5 carat green, natural green diamond engagement ring. You guys remember he was the one that started that whole craze on the pink diamond. He gave her like a 6.1 carat pink diamond for, you know, when they first got engaged the first time. And so now we can't just give a regular diamond, child. We got to put the green on it. Okay. And she said that green is the color of good luck. So she loves her ring, and now they're house shopping. They're going to buy a home together. I mean, that Jennifer Lopez moved fast, don't she? Honey, but let me tell you, the as quick as she get them, as quick as she drop them, baby, and she'll move on to the next, honey. She don't let no shit cool up under her feet. I guess Jennifer Lopez said, honey, life is too short. About to get this loving the way I can and go about my business. Okay, so yeah, but for now, you know, they say that, you know, that they are looking forward to forever. So yeah, congratulations to the happy couple. We'll see if they make it down the aisle. Okay, that's what we all are wondering. Because Jennifer Lopez is always the fiance, never the bride. Not even that, child. She's been married 3 times, right? Okay, well, she definitely is always a fiance, always a bride. I ain't mad, J-Lo, girl. Get your loving. All right, you guys, let me go on and get off of here. Go back in here. My lunch break is over. Go check on my blue and get on back to work. All right, we do this every single week. So make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.